What up guys, what's going on? Evil here today. I know I've been MIA for almost a month now. Again, lack of editor. But since my last month I've been coming up on a lot of comic books. Recently I've been into the whole Marvel vs. DC era of the 90s and 70s, 80s. And I've been trying to come up with all those crossover stories. So I grabbed some of them in here, along with a couple other random Spider-Man books and so on, so on. So, with that said and done, let's go through some of the books I picked up for the last month and a half-ish. Alright, so we got All Access #1. Unlimited Access #2, not All Access, I don't know why I said that. Unlimited Access #3. And issue 4. This is like a 4-part miniseries. Access was a character that Marvel and DC collaborated together to create and co-own for a while. And I pretty much picked up the entire Amalgam run from the 90s. So there should be like 24 issues right here. So we got Dark Claw #1, amalgamation of Wolverine and Batman. Iron Lantern #1. These are all #1s. All of these had one-shots. Iron Man as Green Lantern. Bat Thing. Speed Demon. X-Patrol. Looks like it was like the X-Men and Teen Titans hybrid. Generation Hex. It's like Jonah Hex and Generation X. Lobo the Duck. This is Lobo and Howard the Duck. JLX. Justice League X-Men, I guess. JLX Unleashed. Some of these crossover stories got 2 issues, some of them only got 1-shots. Like Spider-Boy here got 2 issues. Got Spider-Boy #1 right here, and Spider-Boy Team Up #1. So 2 issues of Spider-Boy, which was a fusion between Spider-Man and Superboy. We got this one, Assassins. Challenge of the Fantastics. Magneto and the Mutant Men. Bruce Wayne, the Agent of S.H.E.L.D. So I guess Batman combined with Wolverine and Nick Fury. How did that happen? Thorion. I think this is like Orion and Thor combined. Another X-Patrol. X-Men and Teen Titans. Super Soldier. Captain America and Superman hybrid. The Magnetic Man and Magneto. The other Super Soldier issue. Bullets and Bracelets. Punisher. Knockoff hybrid fusion character. This one's the popular one. Storm and Wonder Woman make Amazon. And the other Dark Claw, done in the Bruce Timm Batman animated series art style. And Doctor Strange Fate, which was pretty much the combination of Doctor Strange and Dr. Fate and Xavier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 24 issues are here. So this is the complete set if you guys ever want to track down the Amalgam set. And these sets actually take place between the Marvel vs. DC crossover event between issues 2 and 3. So you have to read issue 1 and 2, these 24 issues, and 3 and 4. I got the Spider-Man Ultimatum issue 1 and 2. Venom vs. Carnage issue 1. I had issue 3 somewhere in my room. I'm missing 2 and 4 to have the complete set. It was like the first appearance of Toxin. I also picked up some of the Astonishing X-Men runs. So here's some issues of volume 3, starting with issue 5, issue 8. I read these Astonishing X-Men stories when I was like, I think in high school, 10 and 11. They did a back and forth in some of these. I really liked this run of the X-Men. It was cool with Josh Whedon. Issue 12. Doing the first couple of volumes, I think the first 25 issues. And then I forget who took over. Issue 15. Issue 17. Issue 18. I forgot issue 16. I gotta check back and forth. I hate when people... Yeah, this too. I hate when people do this back and forth shit. It's too lazy to put individually one bag, one board. Issue 19 and issue 20. Issue 21. Issue 22. Issue 24 and issue 25. Issue 27 and issue 39 of the Astonishing X-Men Volume 3 run. I think this series went up to like freaking like somewhere 50 or 80 issues, I forget exactly. Okay, then we have Astonishing X-Men Volume 1. This was only a 3-part issue set. So here's issue 1, issue 2, and issue 3. I think this took place in the Age of Apocalypse saga. And then Volume 2 I also picked up, only had a 4-issue set with Volume 2. So, yeah. So anyways, issue 1 of Astonishing X-Men Volume 2, issue 2, issue 3, and issue 4. I like picking up classic X-Men stories. Outside of Spider-Man, the X-Men has always been my favorites outside in Marvel. I picked up the 6-part issue of Wolverine Origins. So here's part 1. Oh crap. Out of order. Part 2. If you guys haven't checked this book out, you should check it out. Part 3. Part 4. Part 5. And Part 6 for the full set. Classic. Then I picked up the 4-part Marvel vs. DC event. So the Amalgam books I mentioned earlier, you would have to read Part 1, Part 2, read those 24 Amalgam issues in between, and then jump back with Part 3, and finish it up with Part 4. You know? At this period of time in the 90s, they decided to have the Marvel and DC universe share the same universe by some interdimensional traveling shenanigans. Prior to that, it was just these characters just coexisted in the same universe prior to these books. I also picked up the 4-part crossover Avengers vs. Justice League. Now this was the last Marvel vs. DC crossover story that happened, but it originally was supposed to be the very first Marvel vs. DC crossover happened back in the 70s. Because of arguments between the writers, I think it was, the 2 writers who were assigned to the book didn't get along, so it got delayed for years. So, which is also why I believe why this story kind of goes out of context of what they try to explain in this story. So they act like the Avengers and Justice League never met, even though they clearly met in these stories. So, still a fun story. But anyways, issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, and issue 4. I like this cover where you got Superman holding Captain America's shield and Thor's hammer. Looks pretty dope. Okay, this is a classic story I used to have as a kid. Wolverine versus Spider-Man. I like this story. It's the time that Spider-Man accidentally killed Wolverine's girlfriend by punching in the face. It was great. X-Men and Teen Titans, the time they crossed over. There was supposed to be a second crossover, X-Men versus Teen Titans story, but didn't pan out. Then I got some random comics given to me for doing the Marvel vs. DC order. The guy tossed in a couple of extra books that I didn't know would have been in the lot, just for hell of it, so he gave me an issue featuring Gambit. My bad. This is Daredevil 330. X-Factor 87. Some Supergirl comic, one-shot, double, you know, cool. I don't really follow too much of Supergirl that much. A Superman comic. Superman also, I don't follow too much. And a Fantastic Four comic. Issue 17. What is this? Single. Fantastic Four Annual, Volume 1, number 17. So this is an annual comic. Okay. You know, I don't mind when people throwing me in some free comics that I wasn't expecting to be in the original purchase. You know, I like it when people do that. That's kind of cool. Even if they give you some stuff that you don't like, you can always trade it for something you like, you know, or give it to someone else that might like it. Alright, next I got the 6-part adventure of the Batman animated series crossing over with the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles. Now I've gotten all the other Batman vs. Ninja Turtle crossover books with Batman Ninja Turtle 1, 2, and 3, but this was the only crossover I was missing. It was the animated one. So we got Batman and Ninja Turtles number 1, The Adventures, Batman Ninja Turtles Adventures number 2, issue 3. Issue 4. Issue 5. And issue 6. Okay. Next, I picked up the 4-part miniseries of Marvel Knights Spider-Man Wolverine. So we got issue 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. And the last couple of books I picked up, they're all of these giant treasury comics. Yeah, what do you know about these giant ass comics? So we got Marvel Treasuries issue. Doesn't even say what issue it is. Okay, number 9. Marvel Treasuries number 9. The little corner was tore up of this one, so it was like whatever, but you got the Defenders number damn, where is the damn number? Oh, number 16. These books are from the 70s. So. Defenders number 70. Some of you might be aware of the Netflix show The Defenders, but these are the original members of the Defenders: Hulk, Doctor Strange, and Namor. While the Netflix show had like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Drew, and Daredevil. Those guys are not the Defenders. That show should not be called the Defenders. We got the Astonishing Spider-Man number 18. I love it. I love these big ass comics. And the cream of the crop of this lot that I picked up with these big comics was Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man. This is, unless I'm mistaken, is the very first Marvel vs. DC crossover story. This one took place in the 70s, and the only other crossover collab story they had was a weird Wizard of Oz comic that Marvel and DC teamed up to do. But after that, they started doing more traditional ones like this one. So I'm glad I finally picked this up. So yeah, that was my current pickup of my recent comic book pickups for the last month and a half. Let me know in the comments if you read any of these comics, and if you have any comics that I should check out in the near future to pick up that you think I would like to read. You know, big Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman fan, and I've been slowly dipping my toes in other characters over the years that are outside of Spider-Man, X-Men, and Batman. But yeah, that's it from this video. Thanks for checking out the channel. I'll be back next time in the future for another video. Until then, evil out. Peace.